So I thought I would make a short video today with an update on the progress of where we have got to on starting to clear the land and get a feel for the land, a feel for the barn, a feel for what it is we are going to create in this amazingly beautiful space. If you know much about me besides the Field of Dreams, you'll know that everything that I share is about how our minds work, how we create stuff as human beings, how thought creates and how we get involved in that. So one of the things that I really want to share, obviously we're only a few days in. As I am making this video, it is the 29th of December and we have been working on the barn. We worked there on the, let me get the dates right here, the 22nd, the 23rd and the 24th. Then we had Christmas Day off, and then we were back Boxing Day and the day after. Then we had the 28th off because it was my daughter's birthday. We had a lovely family celebration, and then we have been back there today. So we haven't been there loads, but the amount of work that we've got done in the time that we have been there has been phenomenal. I'm really pleased with the amount of clearing that we have done, you know, pulling down weeds, cutting down trees, taking down fences, like years and years of bramble growth and all of this. It's been really, really good to get my hands into that and drive a digger, which has been amazing. We moved a huge pile of rubble and rubbish and junk that had been dumped in the barn. Goodness knows how long it had been there, but it was like a huge, a good few ton. We've moved that with the digger. We've moved that out of the way, and we are building a Devon bank at the bottom of our property to mark our our border, the line of our property. So it's been great to get there, to get my hands dirty and to do stuff. And I will take some videos actually at the land. The next few videos will be there. I will actually share, I'll walk you around and share, you know, so that you can see these things that we've been doing. But what I particularly wanted to share today was a few things that maybe aren't normally shared in these kinds of videos with builds and things. But as I said, the first day that we went to the land was the day before Christmas Eve. And one of the things that really showed up for me when we showed up there, we'd hired a digger, we'd got this huge digger, we'd got a strimmer, and I kind of got there and it really surprised me how much thinking I had about what will people think. I can't even tell you exactly the details of what that was, of what it was that was bothering me. But I just had this, I was really nervous being out. We were out the front because we were actually clearing what is going to be the entrance to the land so that we can bring a caravan on. That's what we were doing at first. So we were sort of out in the road, if you like, where our neighbours our new neighbours, who at that point we hadn't met any of them, were. And I had a lot of thinking about what are people going to think. And as I said, I couldn't even identify exactly what that thinking was. But it really kind of shocked me. I was really like, wow, I still have so much thinking about what other people are thinking. And that was really, really crazy. And then there came a point where I had to make a phone call. As I'm saying this, I can't even remember what it was I had to make a phone call about. I can't remember what it was. But that was something that I have always had a lot of thinking about, phoning people. I can't even tell you what it is, what gets in my way, what blocks me, but something happens for me when I've got to phone people. And that really came up again when I'd got to make this phone call. And I just actually took a moment. I just went for a walk down the side of the barn, and I just took a moment and I was like, right, okay, this project is absolutely about you learning more about yourself and walking your talk, about showing up fully 100% to do this. So I totally made my peace with the thinking that I had. I really, one of the things that I've really been learning is about following my good feeling, really seeing that when I have a contracted feeling that doesn't feel good, that it's not telling me, like when I had the idea, you know, what will other people think? And I guess the phone call is the same, you know, what will this person, I know what it was. We bought a chainsaw from someone, a second-hand chainsaw, and I had got to phone this guy and make arrangements to pick it up, to ask if it was still available, to see if he was still selling it, to barter a little bit with the price. And I had a lot of thinking about that. But what was really interesting, as I said, when I took this walk, I was like, right, okay, the idea for me around this project is to really delve deeply into the understanding of my mind and what gets in my way when I, you know, with a project like this, what would stop me, what would get in my way, fully showing up and fully embracing what it is I'm doing. And so, yeah, as I said, it was really quite interesting to see the amount of thinking that I had. But after this walk, what I decided, a few minutes that I had, what I decided was that one of the I am statements that I make a lot, that I am stepping into who I am being to create this project, to bring this into fruition, is to be much more fearless, to see that when I have thinking about what other people are thinking, what other people think is their business, and to stay in my own business, to realize that the person that I need to be looking towards, the business that I need to be in, is my business and not other people's business. And I can be kind, I can be considerate, like considerate with the amount of noise that I'm going to make. I can be considerate with what I'm doing, how I speak to people. I can be loving, kind, all of those things. But I don't have to get into that space where I'm thinking, oh, what will this person think? And how do I change who I am so that someone else can think what I think they should think? And I know that's a bit of a tongue twister, but if you're like me, if you're a bit of a people pleaser, it's worth going back and re-listening to that a bit. You know, we get, as people pleasers, we get really stuck. And I guess actually when I think about it, even when we are people even when we're in that place where we're bullying people, it's still coming from that same place. It's like this idea that someone else has to feel a certain way, think a certain way, that we think that they should. Whereas when we stay in our own business, when we come to a place of love and peace within ourselves and show up from that place, that's not manipulating what other people think, but it actually has a much better, nicer effect. So the outcome of me having this little walk, having these few moments to think about that, to see the thinking that was going on for me, it's not for me about forcing myself to think another way. It's acknowledging the thinking that I am having, and then remembering what I know to be true, and looking towards the power of mind, the power behind life, to find the peace within me so I show up differently. And that's what I did in that moment. The phone call got made, the purchase got made, the front got completely, we dug out the front area, and I had a really, really lovely time doing all of those things. So definitely for me, a huge part of this is not only that I want to build this house, but that I want to learn about my mind, who I am, who I have to become to bring this to fruition, and how I can help myself show up in a much, much better way. So that was really interesting for me, really fascinating to see that thinking, to see how I limit myself, and how with love and understanding of myself and looking to this power that I have within, that is such a powerful way to change to change all of this and to show up in a much better, more mentally healthy way. So that's my report for today. There is tons more, and I will try. I'm back at the build tomorrow, so I'm going to try and make another video actually showing you around. I'll make a video while I'm there showing you around and potentially talking a little bit more about what it is I'm finding out about who I am to show up for this build in a much more mentally healthy and stable way. And hopefully that sharing will show to you, whatever, it's not necessarily about building a house. We do this in all areas of our lives around all sorts of things. And just generally, I want to share how no matter what it is that is going on, we are the only ones that limit ourselves. And the more we understand how our thinking works, how we work, the more we can navigate that to be much more healthy and happy moment to moment. And any project, whatever it is, a relationship, being more healthy, creating money, any project we show up for, the more that we understand ourselves, the better we show up for it. So I will be back again soon with more. Take care, have a wonderful evening, and I will see you again soon.